Low-level haze. If you were out and about watching those fireworks, yeah, that smoke lingered a little bit. But let's talk about the week ahead. A place like Greenwich, we've got that full sunshine and the heat. That gets us to the end of the week. And then it's back to showers and storms by the weekend. We'll talk about any return to heat and just how long we stay stormy in that 10-day forecast.
Thank you so much. Great.
That looks
super
amazing, and I'm taking notes on the recipe. But we did have some lunches and dinners interrupted with those showers and storms. But yeah, the first few days of July have been pretty active, and certainly at Central Park, where we measured over half an inch of rainfall there yesterday. So we're running above average for early in the month, and we have more on the way. By the time this time next week, we'll be looking at an additional 1, 2, maybe 3 inches of rainfall. So you know there's some stormy days ahead. Not so much today. It's all about the heat today and the haze and humidity, and actually the next few days. So something to keep in mind, and we'll get you through it. But look at that haze right now over midtime. 70 degrees, that dew point at 70. It definitely feels like that air you can wear. Winds are light, so we don't have any movement at all. So you're going to hear a lot about the heat index. So how your body cools, of course, you're at 98.6, and you have the air flowing over that layer of air over your skin, and that helps you cool. You sweat, and that's an evaporative process. That evaporative process is a cooling process, and that helps maintain your body temperature. But when it's really humid and it's really hot, that evaporation slows down. You're not cooling as efficiently, and so your core temperature starts to rise if you don't take it easy and take care of yourself. At 103, that core temperature, you start to feel the effects: heat exhaustion, heat stroke. So that's why we're going to give you the numbers too with the heat index, so you can kind of gauge what it may be like for you today. Yeah, we're going to peak at about 95 with that heat index at 3 o'clock this afternoon, but hovering in that 90 plus range for most of the afternoon. So watch yourself, watch the kids, watch the pets. And then by later on tonight, not cooling off a ton, just 74 degrees overnight. So we don't lose any of that humidity. The winds remain light, so we get another pretty warm day tomorrow, up near 89 degrees with mostly sunny skies. What we see cutting that short, that's this stretch of hot weather, this cold front approaching by Friday, it is bringing the chance for showers and storms back, but it's sort of like the pulsing of the afternoon type of variety of showers and storms, so not a washout. Well, we definitely don't have the tropical weather, right? We go from June to July, and we start looking out into the Atlantic. Nothing to see here, and so we're not getting that type of
These are just thinking, Maria, imagine if you were fortunate enough to be like coming in LaGuardia and getting to see all that from that vantage point. It'd be amazing.
Amazing, amazing. And then you kind of realize they're pretty close to the ground.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. And as we have the haze too, lingering and hovering over the ground. So not the best air quality right now. And of course that heat and humidity combination. This is Sweet Cosmo out of New York City. Definitely watch the pets too. They're susceptible to the heat, and watch their little paws on the hot pavement if you're doing any walks today. But it is going to be this weekend that you'll have to dodge, everyone will dodge those storms. So we'll talk about the return of that stormy weather and an end to the really high heat in the 10-day. But yeah, along with the travel too, Michael, we had a bit of a tough go at times. Yesterday, Newark setting a daily record rainfall of just under about 1.25 inches. Right now, it's just really, really hazy, but dry. So that's some good news. It's going to be hot. Newark certainly one of those spots that'll get over 90, certainly feel over 90 degrees, maybe more like mid and upper 90s with the humidity factored in there. So high pressures dominating the map today and the next few days, and that's going to keep us hot and sticky. And then by the weekend, with a cold front coming through, not really cold, and maybe you can call it cool, and it's definitely not wiping away the humidity. So it's going to stay sticky, but it's also going to stay pretty unstable, which means we have a chance for showers and storms. Again, not a washout weekend, but once again, we got to keep an eye to the sky. Not today. We're getting a nice break, but of course, we got to talk about the heat. 73 at Central Park, City Island at 70. We have Garden City in the upper 60s. So giving you the forecast in terms of the heat index value, so you can kind of gauge how you're going to plan your afternoon activities. Make sure your kids know how hot it's going to be and to listen to their bodies. They're not little adults, so they are susceptible to the heat a little bit faster, and they may not tell you right away that they're not feeling well. So make sure that they're nice and hydrated. That peak heat index coming this afternoon in the mid-90s, and today is the peak heat of the week. But although we remain sticky and mild into the overnight, just dipping into the 70s. Just remember, when you listen to your body, that's a good thing. thing. Heat exhaustion is when you start to feel dizzy, but heat stroke's another level. You stop sweating actually, and you could become unconscious. That's when you have to call 911 and get medical attention immediately. So just pay attention to your body. 74 degrees overnight, and it's going to be another hot one tomorrow into that near 90-degree range. But we
effects this year, they were just absolutely amazing.
The timing, it just boggles my mind with the music. Amazing. And we're hoping that everyone had a good time last night, waking up to a lot of haze and humidity and heat. We head to Edison, New Jersey, near 90 degrees at 4 o'clock. Obviously, with that humidity factored in, it's more like the mid and upper 90s today. How long this heat sticks around and the stormier weather that we have for the weekend, it's back coming up in the 10-day.
Maria, thank you.
Not going to see the storms like we did yesterday. So that's fantastic. Rain delays not going to be a thing today, and that's wonderful news if you're headed to Coney Island. It's going to be a nice beach day, but you can see the hazy full moon, almost full moon right now over the Atlantic. So we are looking at, of course, the heat and humidity. We stop in at Newark Airport, 74 degrees, that dew point at 71. So that's kind of the key here, that heat and humidity combination for us today. Putting it in terms of what it's going to feel like, how your body reacts. Remember, that high humidity doesn't allow the evaporation cooling process on your skin to happen as efficiently, so your body doesn't stay as cool as efficiently as it would if it were drier out. So definitely take it easy, stay hydrated. It'll feel like 95 by 3 p.m. on the thermometer, about 90 degrees, and really not cooling off a ton. Even past midnight, those feels like temperatures will be close to 80 degrees. That's definitely dangerous heat, and just a friendly reminder, right? We have a change up in routines, and believe me, there's no errand short enough that you want to leave anybody or anything, your pups, in the car on a day like today. With the air temperature at 90, inside after 10 minutes, the inside of that car is 109. After 30 minutes, it's 124 degrees, and a cracked window does nothing. So just keep that in mind and stay cool. Winds are going to be light, so that air is not moving. Air quality not great this morning. 74 degrees overnight tonight, and we don't really lose a ton of the heat. In fact, up near 89 degrees, we definitely don't lose the humidity. And even as we get into the weekend, as this heat dome moves out of the area and replaced by a cold front, this cold front, not really cold, maybe cooler by a couple degrees. It's not really going to wipe away that humidity, and we do stick with that storm chance here, starting really again by